All right, so today I'm going to be talking about mastering the art of one thing. And when I learned this one thing, it's what I did specifically, the game plan to help me sponsor 1 in 3 people every day that turned into 500 in 1 year, 40,000 distributors in 2 years, becoming the #1 income earner and creating a total transformation in my family for that's helped me from this day forward. And I'm going to be breaking that down for you right now, because I noticed that many people are not succeeding because they're doing 3 things, 4 things, 5 things, 6 things, 7 things, and not really getting good at the most important thing that you need to be focusing on every single day. The first thing I'm going to share with you is this. Most of you and most people in general in building businesses, I'm noticing, are spending your whole day, or whatever portion of your day that you're working, you're spending a lot of energy, you're spending a lot of time, and some of you are spending a lot of money on getting 2 or 3 plates spinning. Let me give you an example. Many of you are focusing on building, I hear this a lot, I'm focusing on learning how to do Facebook ads or Facebook marketing, and then you're learning how to build your personal brand. And then you're learning how to build your niche and your avatar or your ideal client. And then many of you are trying to figure out how to recruit them. And then many are trying to figure out how to do online presentations and or offline presentations. Some of you are trying to figure out how to do Facebook groups for business builders. And then some of you are trying to figure out how to do the same thing for business builders for customers. Some of you are trying to figure out retention systems. Many of you are trying to figure out presentations. Many of you, and on and on and on and on. And I don't know what it is for you, but here's what I do know. Whether you have ADD, which is attention deficit disorder, or not, if you are entrepreneurial minded, if you have a vision, if you have a big goal, if you have a big dream, if you want to win, and you're attracted to your company, this industry, then most likely you've got that entrepreneurial spirit. You've got that dream ability to dream big, which all of us should have, but unfortunately only a few of us, those of you that are watching the replay of this, have that kind of a dream. And if you have that, you also have to protect yourself from the massive enemy that hits you from doing something that is so beyond simple. And that is mastering the art of doing one thing. And when I learned to do this one thing, which for me was learning how to build the foundation of this one thing, which is taking action on the most productive thing possible at every single given moment. And for us, for you, I'm just telling you, I know what this is. No matter how you do it, it's up to you. If you want to do it online, it works. If you want to do it offline, it works. If you want to do it through paid traffic, it works. If you want to do it through cold traffic that you buy, it works. If you want to buy leads, if you want to generate leads, if you want to do home parties, if you want to do online, it doesn't matter. We're not going to debate that right now and find out everybody thinks they've got the holy grail that's going to be the #1 way to build a business. That's not what the discussion is about today, because all the systems can work for you. But the one thing that you have to do, I'm telling you have to do, is pick one thing. Pick one simple path as your majority, the bulk of your time and your energy of what you're doing. So let me give you an example. If you are doing what I'm doing right now, which is adding new Facebook friends, I send them to a Facebook group. I follow up, and I'm noticing it takes 3 to 10 times to message them before they will even go to the group, before they will respond to me when I make a message on their Facebook inbox. Then when I finally get them in the group, I have to follow up. Did you watch the video? Did you check out the Facebook group? Have you seen the testimonials? Did you see the pinned post steps? You have to follow up and follow up and follow up and follow up to do that. And then once you enroll them, or once they finally watch the presentation, then you have to follow up to enroll them as a customer. And it works the same way for a business builder, however you do it. And then you have to get them through the same simple process that you did to enroll them. Now, it doesn't mean they have to go for cold market first. It's always best to do warm market. And that may be their thing, their one thing. So what I just stepped you through is a one thing. It's finding people in a simple process, sending them to presentations, connecting with them and sending them to presentations, following up with them and enrolling them, and promoting a system, a training that will teach them the basics of how to do the same thing. But here's what I see a lot of you doing. Well, can I build internationally on the side? Yeah, it's simple, but is that your one thing? Are you going to just focus on building internationally? If your one thing is doing business shows, then focus on becoming great at business networking events. If your one thing is Facebook adding friends, then do that one thing. Maybe two things. Maybe like warm market and Facebook, or Facebook and generating your own leads if you have that kind of a niche. But I'm telling you, learning two things for most of us is like learning how to do boxing and learning how to do ping pong or learning how to become a golf professional. They're both very simple. Learning how to be a jiu-jitsu and learning how to golf are both very simple things to do. If you want to spend the next 10 years being a golfer, in 5, 10, 15 years, you'll be good at it. If you want to become really good at jiu-jitsu, it's going to take you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years to even get pretty good at that. It may take you a year. It may take you 2 years to get really, really good at just connecting with human beings. I hear this all day. I'm not getting anybody to show up to presentations. I hear that I'm not able to get business builders. If you have an issue with business builders, then you got to go really deep on mastering that one thing. And that one thing skill set starts with communication ability. And it doesn't mean that you don't have communication ability. It doesn't mean that you're not good at it. I'm going to say you're probably not good enough specifically to get people that you don't know to trust you yet, to trust you enough and keep them curious enough to go to a presentation, to keep them curious enough to watch a presentation, to keep the posture and momentum up to when you get back on the phone with them or you're about to enroll them after they watched any kind of presentation, to be able to enroll them. Most people are talking too much, they're thinking too much, they're distracted, they're doing too much, let alone, again, mastering that one thing. So when I'll just wrap up with this. When I learned how to master the one thing, I would have many of my team members saying, Tom, well, should I do flyers? I go, I don't know. All I know is I do it this way. Tom, should I do it through horse vendor events? I go, that sounds great. Try it. I don't know. That may be your thing. It's not my thing. All I do is I meet people on Facebook. I connect with them until we're friends. I send them to presentations by getting to know, by getting to know them, find their heartbeat of who they are, get them to the presentation on Facebook group or just text them a link to your website or a Zoom or whatever you do, home party. It doesn't matter. It's all the same. Some are better than others, but don't overthink it. Pick your method. If you want to build at home locally, don't listen to everybody else. It still works. If you want to build 100% on Facebook and online, do it. And again, it doesn't mean you can't do a little bit online and a little bit offline, but I'm just saying in general, you've got to prospect all day, or the time you've got to learn to send people to presentations. You've got to learn to enroll people, period. Everything else can be a distraction. Setting up a side brand, it's a good idea, but it could be a distraction for you right now. I know that it has been for me. So mastering being a friend. I know that sounds so simple, Jennifer. Yes, she nailed it. If you are having an enrollment problem, you have a connection problem at the level to get people to follow you. That's it. So what do? You listen to my Sponsoring Academy or something that will teach you the art of communication and network marketing and building teams, period. I'm one of the best in the world at teaching you how to enroll people. I know how to enroll anybody in any company with any system at any price point. I've done it for 25 years. I'm really good at teaching you. I know how to help you do that. By the way, if I'm going to throw this out there right now, I'm going to offer you, if you can make it to our next live leadership summit, this is probably the number one way to cut your learning curve is live events, by far. The only way I turned 500 enrollments to 40,000, it wasn't online training. It wasn't live video Zooms like this or presentations. It wasn't manuals. It wasn't the perfect steps that my upline gave me or any coach in the world gave me. There's no such thing as perfect steps. There's good steps that work. I have them. Many leaders have them. Many of your upline have them. There's many different systems that work. But the one thing I will tell you that I know works is helping your team break through distractions, fears, doubt, indecision, increasing their skill set. The by far, no question, number one way to duplicate, by far, is getting you and more importantly, your team to a live event, period. I'm going to give you a link right now. I'm going to put it in the comments, or can someone put in the comments for me, please? It's Priority Networker Events. Priority Networker Events. We need a shorter URL. Priority Networker Events. And for you and anybody in your team, the promo code for 80% off, it's a $100 ticket right now, depending on when you're watching this. It still might be available for $100. Go check it. Put the promo, just go type in, go to the website, fill in your info, click the button, put the promo code in, which is Early Bird. The promo code is Early Bird. And right now, I want to share something. The number one thing I can tell you is watch what I'm doing right now and how I'm promoting events. How I promoted events. Yes, Tommy Hunter. Tommy Hunter's going to be a guest speaker there. He's got one of the most impactful, life-changing transformation messages I've ever heard. Tommy and I are speaking. We're doing a live stream on March 2nd or somewhere early March. His schedule is booked out so far in advance. It's just a blessing that he's going to be there. And anyways, you guys are going to enjoy Tommy and Michelle Hunter's live stream, and then he's going to be at the event. Events transform lives. It cuts off 6 months to a year of your learning curve. And we're doing an event on March 16th and 17th. Go check out all the details. And if there's a way to fly, take a bus, take a train, take an Uber, do whatever it takes to get there. And there's a lot of people that are looking for roommates right now for the resort. It's on the ocean. It's beautiful San Diego, and we picked a really cool place. Don't know how we did it, but the pricing is off the chart, comparatively for San Diego at least. So I look forward to seeing you there. Look, there's a lot of books written by people that don't make millions, but by people that I've learned from that make hundreds of millions and even billionaires. The one universal message that I hear from most of them is find one thing to get really good at. And in our industry of building teams, there are hundreds of things that people will tell you need to focus on. Get good at prospecting and enrolling and promoting. Prospecting and finding new, sending people to presentations and enrolling, and promoting the same system of what you just did to get them started. I'm telling you, you want to lower stress, pressure, anxiety, fear, and increase income, it's learn how to do one thing. And don't get scattered like so many people do. All right. I look forward to helping you get to the next level, and I look forward to seeing you at our next live leadership summit. All right. God bless.